Hi everyone, and welcome back to Happy Place Creations, and thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to do this little honey pot, and I thought I would try the casting resin one more time because I didn't quite do it right the first time. So I thought I would try it again a second time, but this time I'm going to add a twist. I am going to add some acrylic paint, and I'm going to put some foil flakes, and I'm going to put those in the cover just to add a little sparkle. But I'm going to add the acrylic paint to the base, to the powder, to see if we can get a response and see what happens. So I like experimenting. How about you? I love it. So I've already measured out my 3 ounces of powder and my 1 ounces of water. Now the last time I did this, I measured out 3 ounces of powder and I measured out 3 ounces of water, and that was way too much. So I had to let my items sit overnight. So this time I'm doing it like it says, 3 to 1. 3 ounces to 1 ounces. So let's go. And let's see what's going to happen. It always says to mix the water into the powder. And it says to stir for 2 minutes. But I am not going to let you sit there and watch me stir for 2 whole minutes. So I will do the stirring, and as soon as it's done, I will come back. Alrighty, I am back, and I'm not sure if that is going to be enough to fill this pot, so we may have to mix up another batch. But I didn't want to go ahead and do it without you. So what I'm going to do is, because this is a honey pot, and see it has the little, and there's no way of separating those from the bottom. So what I will do is I'm going to use this for the top. So I'm going to add the flakes right now into the top. And see if I can get this all broke up. And of course it's going to stick everywhere, because that's what flakes do. And I am putting in quite a bit because this is white, and I am not sure what's going to happen. Come on, get off there. Come on. I'm going to clean them off in a moment. Get them all mixed right in and broke up. And I'm hoping those are going to sink to the bottom. And I am making a mess, as I always do. I love to play. I was one of them children that loved to play in the mud puddles. Alrighty, let's add some of our paint. Is it open? Yes, it is. And I'm just going to make some squirts. I'm not going to measure it out. And these are pretty big blobs here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to put in 7 blocks. And I'm going to mix it right in. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. It's a nice tone. I guess I better get that poured because Feels like it's starting to thicken, or maybe that's because of the paint. Oh, I'm going to pour and hope for the best. Boy, she's thick. I don't know what the progress is that's going to happen with them gold flakes, but we will find out. Yes, we will. Scrape this in here and grab a new cup and start all over. And there we go. Now, I am just going to kind of do this, so hopefully I can catch any bubbles that might want to form anywhere while I'm mixing up the second batch, plus it'll level this out a little bit. Alrighty, let me grab a baby wipe. And then we will begin to do the next batch. Just need a new cup. Alrighty. So now I just need to get my weight registered here. And I think I'm going to mix up another, I don't think I need 6, but I'll throw it in another mold if we, if we get too much. Because 3 only half filled that, and I still got to do the other half plus a cover. So I think I'm going to do a double this time. So that's 6 ounces. And then that should do up my bag. And there's 3. I might just have enough. That's because I messed up the other day when I used it for the very first time, putting in too much water, so I had to add extra powder to compensate for it. Huh, look at that. Alrighty, now the water. Whoops. Oops, I got a little too much. I need another stir stick. And I'll repeat the same process. It says I need to stir for 2 minutes. You always want to make sure you scrape your stirring utensil, because powder gathers on that in a big clump. That's why I like to scrape my stick to get the powder off. So I will stir this for 2 minutes and then I will be back. Everyone, our item has hardened, it's cured. And remember our little cat and dog? Well, I took them out and did some work. On the back, I put some pink glitter. And on the front, I put some glitter glue. Where did I put the ball? Some glitter glue. And I highlighted the features. Oh, in case you wonder why he's missing an ear, I dropped him before I got the chance to put everything on. And here's the other cat with the little heart belly. And there's the back. And there's the front, and I highlighted the wings. And here's the dog with the wing. And I did the back. And I did the front with highlighting the wing. So that's what I did with those. Now, let's get to our project. I'm curious to see if our glitter flakes are going to appear. Now, I've never used a mold before, so it's going to be rough. So I'm sorry if you can't see. I need to bring it close to me to pop it out of the mold. I don't know if the alcohol trick, well, it might. This is powder, so I'm taking a chance here. I am taking a chance with this. This is powder. But the alcohol does help the mold to stretch a little bit, so it will release. And so it will stretch a little bit. And I gotta bring it close to me, I'm sorry. To try to stretch this to get it out. I am going to work on this and I will be right back. Well, I'm back, everybody. I got it out. And apparently I didn't match my colors too well, because you can see where I put it in 2 pores. Now, this is very well cured, but I did manage to chip it getting it out. But this is where sandpaper comes in. So we will smooth that in a moment. Now I started taking the cap off, and I just wanted to show you what the gold flakes did. Well, come on, it was coming off a minute ago. There we go. See, my gold flakes are still coming off. They did not secure in. This one doesn't even show up. And this is where this is where my camera cut out and you didn't see what I did. I just layered this full of gold. And it has left a bunch of holes in the cap where it didn't seal. So what I'm going to have to do with this is I'm either going to have to re-pour a cap or I'm going to have to try to seal all of this. I'm not sure if you could see that. See, I'm going to have to try to seal all of this with resin just to try to get this smooth and make sure it's sealed. See that big gap where I put this in but the powder didn't grasp it, it didn't hold? So I do not suggest you put this down without smoothing it. I just threw it in there. So that's the difference. So there is something I can do for the next time. And for you guys. You've learned it, my loss, your gain. But let's just see if this is going to, oh look at that, how that pot would turn out if I had done it correctly. Isn't that cute? Now, should this have turned out correctly, my plan was to use some of this gold glue to make it look like honey. But this did not come out the way I wanted it to, and I have no powder left. I've ordered a different kind, but it has not arrived yet. So maybe I will clean the cap and pour a resin cover and see how that will look. I mean, this looks unique. It really does. It just needs to be sealed. The whole thing needs to be sealed. And what I use for sealer is this multi-use acrylic gloss finish. It's like a glue. It's not a glue, but this is what I use to seal this with. And these pieces as well before I put the see, I put this pink, my pink, in with the UV resin, and then I coated this to seal it. But before I did any of this, and this is glitter, this is real glitter, and before I sealed any of it, I used this before I put the glue and the UV resin on. So this is how I did these. Didn't that come out cute? And this got a little hanger. You can use it as a keychain, which I don't recommend if you use the powder, because I dropped it and he's missing an ear because of it. So that's why I used the UV resin to reinforce it. So I could fill this in with UV resin. I'm sorry, I'm talking out loud. I repeated myself. I could fill the holes in with UV resin and then seal it and use that cover. And smooth this all down and all that. But this is the honey pot, and this is how mine turned out. But this is a lesson. Now, as far as my powder, if you could see inside, you could see a couple of flakes, very lightly, but you can see absolutely none on the outside. But there's plenty on the cover because I just threw it in the cover and I didn't take a brush and smoothed it. So I'm going to go no further with this right now. So this will conclude my video. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I hope everyone is happy and healthy and ready for this lovely holiday. I'm getting there. It's only a few days away. Please do check out my eBay store that's linked in the description box. You all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video.